Blessings and peace. Well, yep, I got my bifocals, but she did it where you didn't have to. It's there, but you gotta adjust your face. It's like bifocals, but in one lens. Thank God, and I can see clearly now. And I'm acting like I wear glasses. I do wear glasses. Somebody always steals them or I lose them and they steal them. So, today, he was with me today for a little bit. So I'm back. And this dude's gonna say the dog went out the room and now she's home. What ignorant, preposterous thing is that? You see what I'm saying? If I'm making too much noise, they complain. I was laying down because I was cold. You know what I mean? They don't understand. That's a verbal abuse to a woman. But I think they feel that that's alright because the color of my skin. I don't know. So anyway, there's a lot happening because I swear to God. That old dirty white guy looked like that cop. And that boy looked like his grandson. I didn't put nobody in jail. I don't know if it's him or not, but I don't know. Because I sat on the bench for a hot minute. And so didn't he, but he was on the bus too. All I'm trying to do is mind my business. People don't even like it when you're trying to mind your business. So I think Stacy had because I was so happy. I was like, they said, you know what, there you go, what they said. If you didn't see me use a drug, you shouldn't be saying that I did it. Like I said, I've been carrying this bottle for almost 2-3 weeks. All of a sudden, some type of pill fell out of it. I don't know where it came from. And then when I was cleaning up, I felt one of my pills, it was bit off. It's in on the floor between them shoes. I don't even care. So I ain't drunk. I don't even drink. I went by the water. Fed the pelicans the bread I didn't want off my sandwich. Now I gotta find that stupid letter. I gotta be up early Monday anyway. I got something to do. I wonder if they watched him. Oh, the piano's white. The devil's advocate. Oh my God, the way he made that boy keep getting hit in the face. There was a boy that volunteered. And I love Munch and Crunch. Crunch and Munch, I said it backwards. I've been talking backwards all day. He volunteered to get hit in the face with the ball from a machine. Every time he missed throwing a pass or something, he would hit him in the face. And that was crazy. Because when he got up, he was thinking Marlon for letting him stand there and get hit with the ball in the face. And every time he missed, it had to go higher and higher. The ball came out faster. And when he got up, he was like, "No, thank you." I'm like, what? His nose was all broken. And then the doctor kept shooting him up with something. Marlon was healthy and faster than him because what the doctor was shooting him up with, but because he got a brain injury, the doctor started shooting him up saying, they're gonna thank me later. It was making that body more stronger than it was supposed to be. The whole concept of the movie is that you'll do anything to get to where you need to be, including selling your soul to the devil, because that was the devil, right? He was seeing stuff. He was seeing stuff, and it wasn't true. Somebody got killed, and she really didn't die. It was just a whole bunch of crazy shit. But at the end of the day and the night, the whole piano was white people, and I think he was mixed. And they were saying, sign the contract. He started seeing what it was, and he didn't want to sign the contract. And once he didn't want to sign the contract, like the whole piano wanted to kill him. But he killed the first dude that tried it because he already killed Marlon. That's the thing. For you to even get to the contract, you got to kill the person that is your idol. Like Marlon had to kill his idol and sign a contract, but for some reason, this boy must have been me. See, everybody else sold their soul to the devil, but he started seeing the truth about all the situations and what was happening, have nots, what was happening, right? And at the end of the day and the night, he didn't sign the contract. He killed all the devil's advocates, all of them. He killed all of them. So you know what? He didn't even get stardom and fame because he chose not to sign the contract. You only get stardom and fame if you kill your idol and you signed the contract. I was like, oh my God, that's the devil. That is the devil. Because the devil's only going to make you think you're stronger than what you are. He's going to make that you think you make, he was acting, he was murdering, whatever they shot him up with, tore him up. I'll leave me alone, fake Bradley. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, they need to watch this. They need to watch this. They are not holier than thou people. No, they're not. And I know, but I'm not going to say nothing right now. I know. Because I seen that monkey. I seen that monkey in the window. I'm going to say this and leave it alone. There's no way Bernadette's keys could have got in that room. There's no way. No way. And the thing is, once you're locked, once you're in, you can't get out. Once that door shuts, you cannot get out. I'm like, shit. That broom kept slipping. I was trying to see what that thing was going. I'm like, there's no way, because it's 4 walls. How can her key? I don't know where her key slipped, but it wasn't in that room. It might be a torture room like the mental hospital have for you. They put you in the basement somewhere. I'm like, where was you? It was like in the basement. In the basement, we are. Let me go sit down. A few of them went in the basement. They came up acting right. You hear me now? Whatever happens in that basement, they had a whole new, I got a new attitude. Him banging on windows, talking about Elmo's will went all out the door. He was so friendly. And then the guy was handicapped that subdued him. I'm like, this shit crazy. I'm like, I don't know what is going on, but I'm enjoying my little 2 days. Go Monday. I'm due for a vacation anyway. My vacation days. So I called out for 2 days. Because I got to get my, I just talk because people listen. When I talk, they get quiet so they can gossip. But anyway, yeah, it's just, it's just surprising me. I walked, because I always walk through the State House. I didn't take no picture, though. It's so beautiful. I didn't take no picture, though, because the graduates was up there. So I went around, and I knew he was there because his car was there. But then when I came out, like, they was like, who's that? I was like, I do not know who that dirty man is. Trying to act like he's, Reese, the actor. What's his name? Sweetness. That's what I don't remember. Sweetness. And they was like, it just don't make no sense what they're doing. I was like, I don't know. And then the cop was like, you dating the cop? No, I ain't dating no cop. What are you talking about? Because now they're watching, right? Now they're watching. His detail, it's him, you know, and there's a couple of other people watching that. I was like, no, I don't know who that guy is. I don't. I don't know his name. I don't know where he's from. I don't know who he is. Point blank, period. But this just don't make no sense. But you know that calling people up, asking who you're voting for thing, I think that's what set it off. I don't know if it's against the law or not. I'm not going to say it because I didn't Google yet, but I will. It's going to rain. I wanted to get crabs, but my foot started talking. That talking me just started throbbing like I'm like, oh my God. But people don't understand. Once I take the bus, I walk everywhere in Providence. That's how I burn off all this fat. I like walking up hills. That's why my butt be right. I bought me a water. I don't mind walking. When I get hungry, I'll buy me something to eat. I ate at Subway. Oh my God, it was so funny in Subway today, right? Now this man was not walking around when he did. Nobody knew I was in here. Everybody thought I left, but I didn't. So I'm in Subway. I walked in Subway. I was like, oh, there you go. Because every time I go, is that other Raisinette dude in there. And I'm like, oh my God. They're coming in. I was like, I want, I should, this dude walked by the window, but it was like, it must have been my glasses. Cause he looked like huge. Like, I'm like, and I was looking at me, I was like, is that the same man? Oh my God. But what got me is he pulled out an EBT card, child. And the first man came in with the EBT card and she was like, do your EBT card work? He was like, yeah. She was like, no, do it work here? He was like, well, let me see, but it worked for him. And he ate real good. I was like, Lord, thank God. Me and that lady was like, they pulled out our card so she could see we wasn't using EBT card. We was laughing, me and the lady. Then the little dude pulled up. I swear he looked so much bigger. He looked huge. These motherfucking bifocal goggles got me seeing shit and people that ain't even that big. Lord, she cussed him out. Cause I was like, look, she's being a bitch and you're still trying to hit on her. I'm like, do you really see what, you know what I mean? It took another man to come in here. I was like, you know what? Now you're putting, now you're throwing grease on the flame that we're trying to put out. Right, right. I'm like, oh my God, are you trying to hit on her and she's acting like a bitch? Jesus Christ. I was like, oh my God, men are pigs. And I was talking to her, she was mad at me because I know her. I know her since she was a kid. I was like, oh my God. But you got to be aggressive like that. People don't understand women because sometimes men just don't take no for an answer. Right? So she was like, well, let me see your card, da 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 da. And why she's doing this? I'm like to the lady, is she trying to hit on her? Because she's being ignorant, but I guess that's the type that he like. I'm like, oh my, that's why. And it was mostly all men. It was a lady and her boyfriend over there, but it was me and a little lady getting her little tuna fish melt, and me, and then some guys came in, and they had to be colored to start trouble. I was like, she was like, that's why I can't stand you, Billy. I said, yeah, but damn, girl. It was like, she must have grew up around Billy. I was like, I don't even know her like that. I think she was hanging with my niece, Kia, or Addie, one of them, or Marquita, all of them. And they was like, oh my God. Then he was like, Like, lady was looking at me like, oh my God. Because, she was tiny and she was like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I was trying to take you out to. I was like, he acting like he's spending fucking cash. And she was cracking up. She was like, she was like, they keep it at the kitchen table. She gonna wait to get home and talk about it, eating her tuna melt. I was like, this motherfucker act like he paying cash. He pulled out the EBT card. I'm hating. And that dude said, that's what I'm talking about. That's called snapping. It ain't disrespecting. It ain't starting trouble. It's called snapping. Cause that's what we do in the hood. That's like that dude came out. I was like, nah, you're gonna try to add, fire. You know what I'm saying? Grease to the flame, gas to the flame. You know what I mean? Now he was like, yeah, I know, huh? Cause it's called snapping. That's what black people do. We stand around, we pick out one person because I'm like, oh my God, are you on your period? Cause she was like, then Stacy Branch. I mean, yes, not Stacy Branch. What up, Stacy? Stacy Harris came in. I'm gonna meet her Sunday for that meeting. Lord, you gotta get up like at 8, 9, 6 o'clock in the morning, the evening. I think the meeting started at 11. She switched up all her meetings because she's like, well, like, with just the like, she's getting ready to have knee surgery. We are just late about this meeting thing. So, yeah. Everybody's probably say she ain't even at work. I sure ain't. I'm right here. They're doing them. That's why they was all in the hallway talking, and I was sitting right here on the bed, quiet. Like definitely heard what's her name saying, did Millie go to work yet? Now I can get my bag or do my bag. I don't know. I'm minding my business. Just don't be by my door. Sad. It's so sad, ain't it? Sad. They tell you gotta do a lot. I'm gonna enjoy this Friday. I'm gonna get my heating pad. I got a heating pad. I'm cold. Put it underneath my cover. I swear that lady looked just like me with a blonde wig, but this ain't her name, something else, but okay. But anyway, how you like my glass? That's what I'm saying. If she was gonna do this, right? Because I was trying to get some different glasses. I get the same glass. The only thing these are just a little like bigger. They was like, no, you can't get them. No, because I don't know who picks my glasses up, but I gotta get whatever they pick up, even though welfare is paying for them. These are real glasses. They think they're fake. These are real, and they are thick. You hear me now? Me and my daughter gets the same glasses. These are thick as hell. So what I'm gonna do? Cause first she said 40, but then she said 8. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not. I'm no. I'm gonna go get one of them flip things, flip them down, right? So I can make them into sunglasses too. Unless I go on, and I won't be doing that. I gave them donations to Better Lives, because one thing I know about the Puerto Ricans, they will definitely take that stuff, because it's not raggedy stuff. The only thing is they gonna probably gonna have to wait, because ain't nobody gonna take them pink sneakers. But I know one of them people come in there, or they might, and send it to their country. But yeah, I gave them to Better Lives, because I got to think about my foot. One got a bunion and one don't. I don't even know if I'm gonna ever get that bunion removed. I gave away some nice stuff. I got a whole bunch. I still got to clean out the closet. These motherfuckers crazy. I'll cut all this stuff up. This ain't nothing but material stuff. uh, why are you apologizing to that judge? Somebody need a boo boo, huh? Oh, no. Oh, I can read. Thank God. Let's see. Sure can't. I got receipts. Who's Fraser? Let's see. The sudden and most untimely death of Franklin Frazier has compelled us to accept it necessary to publish this volume as a tribute to his memory. It will be found to be a valuable addition to his works, dealing with a subject of great intrinsic importance, written as we always the case with Professor Frazier's book, with sympathy and insight in the most lucid and attractive pause. The volume starts with an appreciation of the achievement by the colleague and friend Professor Everett Hughes, all who were privileged to know Professor Fraser will be grateful to Professor Hughes for his tribute and will appreciate its owner, T.S. Smiley. And then sign me. Sign me? Oh, it's a memoir. Reading my introductions, I don't read that. The religion of the slave, break with the African background, and studying in phase of the character in the development of the social and cultural life of the Negro in the United States, one must recognize from the beginning that because of the manner in which the Negroes were captured in Africa and enslaved, they were practically stripped of their social heritage, although the area in West Africa from which the majority of the slaves were drawn exhibits a high degree of culture homogeneity. The capture of many of the slaves and tribute wars and their selection for the slave markets tended to reduce to a minimum the possibility of the retention and the transmission of Africa culture. The slaves captured in the terrible wars were generally males, and those selected for the slave market on the African coast were the young and the most righteous. This was all in accordance with the demands of slave market in the New World. One can get some notion of this solitude process from the fact that it was not until 1840 that the number of females equaled the number of males in the slave population of the United States. Young males, it will be readily agreed, are poor bearers of the culturally heritage of a people. But the manner in which the slaves were held for the slave ships that transported them to New World also had an important influence upon the transmission of the African social heritage to the new environment they were held in. Wow, also so funny. La 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 la. I gotta finish that other book. You know how I want to jump. Just think about it. What was I do? I don't even like talking about it. That's how I got kicked out of a sober house. Kicked out talking about your heritage without disrespecting somebody else's. You know what I mean? And that's what you gotta understand. I'm enjoying this little time off. I was relaxed. I gotta get my heating pad because I'm cold. Yeah, they took my heat up, but you know what I'm saying? They never asked me, did I have one? But I did. But it's cold. Glad I got a heating pad. That's what kept me alive in Lillian's house. It used to be freezing in that basement. I curled up my heating pad. That's what kept me alive because I should have been dead. Because when I first got sick, my body never snapped back. You are never 100 with COVID. You are not 100%. It mess. Oh my God, if that's what, I don't know. I never did dope, but if that's what dope feels like withdrawing from, I don't know how they do it. See, that's one thing I learned to love about Stacy. Can no tell when you're lying and when you're telling the truth. She was like, truth. I was like clean, and she was like clean. I was like, yeah, I really had cold. Yes, I did. Thank you. I really did. You get them warm hugs. Mm. Then I seen still, and I didn't want none of his hugs. His head don't even fit in his hat. So anyway, this old guy was getting on the bus, right? Now people talk about me. But I was gonna move, but when I looked, all that had empty seats was men, and that dirty dude was right there. I was here, he was there. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, but it's all men. I can't, you know what I'm saying? It was something about the men that was an eye, but I did sit near some men, but sometimes I get weird, you know what I mean? So there was a younger girl, younger than me, and he didn't even ask me for my seat. That's the thing, because he seen me get me a gift. I was like, you know what, I'm sorry, but I can't do it right now. And he said to the young girl, can I have your seat? But the way he said it, I wouldn't have got up either, because there's the way people talk, and I'm like, you need to be looking at these other people and try to teach them some get right. And she was like holding her shut like I was like, what, you don't speak no English? But what's her name? Sister gave her seat. I know that's her sister. She works in the school department of the school or something. That be gossiping about every fucking body. That's her sister. That's who she went to go meet, because that lady gets off the bus um by Stop and Shop. I think that's whose house she be going to. That lady get off at Stop and Shop. She came way up here. I ain't gonna say what for, because I'm trying to mind my business, but everybody already knows. So yeah. I'm like, is that just? They won't even claim it. They be like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, but I seen another one. I was like, is that just is? She was like, and I was like, wow, you look just like her. Just like her. Ugh. Oh. So they sent back a package. I'm like, this is crazy. It's crazy. It don't make good. Go food can never find. You know what I'm saying? It takes them 2 and 3 days, but now they're sending the package back. That's why I'm telling Trump they're messing with my mail again, because this is how it happens. Somebody's not happy. I don't know who it is, because I ain't doing nothing. But it starts with your mail again. I guess he ain't, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, he did text me. Let me see. Oh God. Who's on it? Huh. You know, Kevin is so in love. I mean, the girl was making cookies, right? The girl was making cookies. But I'm gonna tell you what, Miss. I don't know your name, Miss Hot 26. You might be 27. But as soon as you start doing what you want to do, which you will, because right now, you ain't even grown. You're grown enough to lay on your back and spread your legs and play house, yeah. but you really don't even really got experience. And I'm telling you, by the time you hit 30, I'm going to say 35, and you're still with Kevin, it ain't going to last till you when you turn 36. Because, see, the thing is, when a man hovers over you like that, right, he's scared you're going to find something better than him. And that's what's so sad about it for you, because you're young. Do you have friends? I'm just saying, you're 26. How old was Kevin? He had, first of all, his jersey was on backwards. I'm laughing. It had 54 on the front. I was like, what you trying to show your age? Right? What makes you think you're the one? Drika, what up, Drika? Drika Gates was the one. And then after her was the one. And then are you the girl that turned Muslim? Or, oh no, she found you for him. See, because there's nothing else he can do for her. Whatever happened, happened, whatever. But girl, please. All that is gonna end real soon. Real soon. Because if you gotta be underneath a man's, but the lady said, because I read the comments, I do check on Kevin. Sometimes I don't say nothing, but I read the comments. We're like really friends. And let me say this too, because people be like, oh, she's lying. Let me tell you about Gilly. And I think it was Wallow. I'm going to tell this story again. I was 18. I was dropping my only child off, which, I didn't want no kids, but that's how men are pigs. They force, you know what I'm saying? You fighting to pull out, but he's fighting to keep it in. Right? I'm bringing my son to him, to my grandmother, but you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see, because, nobody does nothing. And then by the time they ask you to do something, you ready to go home, because where my grandmother lived was like, even when you went up a couple of blocks, that was the hood. But you know what I mean? My grandmas are pulling her in her community. Didn't want to throw dirt on your grandma's name and be out there dotting and trotting. And you know what I'm saying? Banging and slanging and everything, right? So, do get on the bus. It's two. It might have been a girl too, but I wasn't paying attention to the girl. One sitting in the front, one sitting in the back. He said, do you mind if I sit? I was like, oh, no, 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 no. So he goes in the bathroom. So now as I'm in looking, being nosy, ain't nothing but money. And I'm talking about it's money. And he left it open. But see, I spotted his homeboy already get on the bus. But Pigeon wore top fade. This dude had braids. And I know it's either Wallow or Gilly. Because they was getting off in Philadelphia and we had a conversation, whatnot, whatever. He offered me a beer. I was like, nah. So then the cops pulled the bus over. So I take his face and I start kissing him like we was going together. But you know what I'm saying? And there is a such thing at love is first sight. I'm telling you. And the cop just walked by and got off. So after that, we fell asleep, right? But when we fell asleep. I'm like, damn. He was like, damn, I haven't slept like that in so long. With a bag full of money. But when the cops came, I pushed it back with my foot. And then when he came out, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? You leave, you know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, I'm good. I said, oh, okay. Because he let me know his boy was, could have been two, I don't know, was somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, he looked back and I was just like telling him, ask me. I would have got right off the bus with him. So you know what I'm saying? You don't never know somebody's story and who they know. Because like I said, they all wasn't, they was making money, but not legal money. You know what I mean? I'm always at the right place at the right time. I'm like, God damn, I should, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't. You know what I mean? And he got off, and I swear I never seen him again in my life. And then I was like, oh my God, it gotta be. But Pigeon put on that top fade, so he's letting me know he wore top fade, but it was somebody with skinny braids. And he was like, where you going? I said, oh, I'm going to Rhode Island. I was down south, but I got bored. I left my son down there with my grandma. He was like, yeah, we're going to Philly. we just came back from there too or whatever. I bet you if I would have went to the club that night with that boy, Doc is night. Doc is night. I wonder if they still live there. Their parents is probably deceased, but I wonder if he still lives there. I didn't even see him when I went down there for my grandmother's funeral. That's what I'm like, stop judging books by its cover, because you was acting like, you know what I mean? I met Kevin back in the day. Lord have mercy, that was the worst time of my life, because that right there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, girl, I'm telling you, you 26, you might be 27. You know what I mean? I don't think that girl. Oh, let me tell you what the girl said. The girl said, "Oh, what we played house with all the holes down." But that's what he does. I'm gonna let him be in love, but he knows I'm always here for him. It ain't about what he got, cause what he got's not mine. It's about a friendship. We wasn't. Well, I always, hit him up, and that's why a lot of people try to steal my phone. But you know what I'm saying? Once something happens, I just, disconnect it from everything. Block it out, wipe it out. Look at she's crazy. She's acting like she know this person, that person, this person. Let me tell you something. Somebody can have over 1,000,000 comments. 1,000,000 comments. I will go in and they'll see my comment every time. Oh, happy birthday, Chris. Happy blessed day. Oh, I want to know what happened with Yancy's. You, Chris, what's the other? Chrissy, you, Remy, and what's his name's wife's name? The Puerto Rican. I don't know, I think her name's Christine or something. What happened to what happened? What happened? Girl, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna mind my business. Fake Bradley. Oh, they're telling me to stop talking. Oh, he's jealous. Sorry, jealousy. I don't know who you are. Oh, anyway, let me get off. I'm gonna take me something more to eat. I just want some chicken and dip it in that sauce I got. Hopefully, stop this stuff from coming in the corner of my eye. Oh my God. Okay, let me see.